Hey guys, it's Katie. So today I'm just doing an updated basket weave tutorial. I hope this shows you guys some more detail. So you're going to want to start with your loom staggered like so, and you're going to want to have the arrow facing away from you. So you're going to place a rubber band diagonally from the second left to the first center. And then you're going to take another rubber band from the first center to the second right, and it will create a V. Then with your next color, you're going to create an upside down V overlapping the regular V. And your main pattern is going to look like this. You're just going to repeat these steps over and over again until you fill your loom. So with your second one, you're just going to create a V that's directly above the original V. Like so. And then again with the upside down V overlapping. And you're just going to continue this same exact pattern all the way up the loom. So now you're going to have something that looks like this. It's kind of confusing, but if you followed that pattern, you should be good. And now you're going to flip your loom around, and we're going to start hooking these bands. But first you're going to take a random band that doesn't have anything to do. It's going to be your capping band, and you're going to place it along the first two pegs like so, and then up to the center peg, and it should create a triangle. Now you're just going to start hooking. You're going to go behind that capping band, pull out that first band right on the left, and you're going to bring it up to the second center peg, like so. Should look like this. And now you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Go behind that capping band, lift up that band, and put it onto the second center peg. Now you're just going to move into the center, the first center peg. You're going to take that first rubber band that's on that peg and lift it up to the third left peg. And you're going to do the same to the other band that's left on that peg. Go up to the third right peg. And it should look like this. Now we're just going to move back to the left side. Take that rubber band, bring it up to the third center peg. And then move to the right side and bring it up to that same peg. And then again, you're going to move to the center and go behind the capping bands, take out that first top band, and bring it up to the diagonal peg where it started from. Then you're going to go back into that center peg, go behind the capping bands, pull out that last rubber band that's in there, and bring it up diagonally to where it came from. And now you're just going to follow this same exact pattern all the way up the loom. You're going to go from the left peg to the right peg. Then you're going to move to the center left, center right. It's the same simple pattern all the way up. Once you get a hang of it, it gets pretty easy. And just remember to put the rubber bands back where they came from. pretty easy to see where they originated from. The first few are pretty hard to get because you have all these rubber bands blocking them, but once you get past the first few, it gets really easy. This one was pretty tight, so I kind of had to wiggle it a little loose. Don't want your rubber band snapping. I'm sorry if my voice sounds funny, I'm kind of sick. Okay, now I'm just going to speed up this process just so it goes by a little quicker. Just continue that same exact pattern, and don't be afraid to rerun the video if you didn't quite catch it the first time. It takes a while to get the hang of. So this is what your loom should look like once you've hooked all the bands. It looks very confusing. You can pause the video if you'd like, make sure yours looks the same. And now what we're going to do is we're going to unhook the side bands from the outer pegs. So this is just going to create a little less tension when we're transferring. So you're just going to want to do that. But make sure that you leave that last rubber band on that last peg, because you're going to need to transfer that band. Then you're going to want to do the same exact thing to the other side. Just unhook all those side bands. It's pretty easy. And this is what it should look like once you've removed all the side bands and left the top bands. And now these bands, these 4 that I'm pointing at, are going to be the ones that we're going to transfer. So you're going to want to grab a couple hooks, or if you have like toothpicks or any pencils even, whatever you can like use to hold the rubber bands. So I'm taking the first bands. You're going to want to make sure that they're all on your hook, and you're just going to want to push them down. And you want to keep track of what bands you put on what thing, so it's easy if you use like a couple different colored pencils or something. And I'm just going to pull in that back so it's out of my way for now. And I'm going to grab my other hook, and you're going to want to go into that second center peg, pull out all the bands that are in there. There should be 4. And you're just going to want to, I'm sorry, this is out of frame, pull them out, if I can get them. There we go. And then you're just going to push those all the way down. You don't want them falling off, or your bracelet could fall apart. And I'm just going to use these red ones to pull off the side bands. Those ones are pretty easy to get off. So once you have all of your bands on your sticks, you can pull your piece off the loom gently. And as you can see, it's very short, so that is why we're going to transfer it back on the loom. So now again, you're just going to want to start looming the same exact way you did with the V's and the upside down V's. It's pretty easy. If you don't really remember how to do this, you can rewind the video if you'd like, because I know I'm going kind of fast right here. It's hard to see too. Basically, all you're doing is going diagonally and creating a V, and then an upside down V overlapping. And then once you get to the top, you're going to want to flip your loom around, and now we're going to transfer the pieces back onto the loom. So the pegs I'm pointing at are going to be the pegs that you want to transfer back on, and basically you're going to do it the same exact way that they were on the loom, so it's easy if you write it down. Now I'm sticking my finger through this little space right here, and this is what I'm going to be putting onto the first center peg, like so. And now I'm just taking the sides and I'm putting it on the left second peg. And then I'm taking the other side and I'm going to put it on the right second peg. Like so. And then I'm going to take the top one and put that on the second center peg. And then you should only have one left, and this is going to go onto that first center peg that you originally put that hole on. So it's kind of tight. Use your fingers to like open it. And then there you go. It should look like this. So basically you just put it on the same way you took it off. And now you're just going to start hooking again, going from left to right, and then center left, center right. You might want to pull this back because there's going to be bands under there. You're going to want to take the top band that you see, bring it back to the left side that it came from. It's kind of tight. You're going to pull that back again and take the remaining rubber band that's in there and bring it back up to the right. Now it should look like this. You're just going to continue the same exact pattern all the way up the loom. It's the same exact thing that we did before, it's just that you have that extra piece on there, which sort of acts like a capping band. And just make sure you go behind those rubber bands. Now I'm just going to speed it up a bit. This is just the same exact process that you did before. It's pretty easy once you get the hang of it. And then you're just going to pull the sides off once you finish again. Make sure you leave that last band on the peg though, because we're going to need to transfer it again because our bracelet won't be quite long enough just yet. Well, it depends on your wrist size, so. And again, leave that band. And now I'm just taking off the bands again, putting them on my hooks like so. So I'm just going to be transferring these one last time. Then you're going to just pull your piece gently off the loom again. And just flip your loom around, and we're going to loom the bands again in that same V formation. Again, if you didn't quite catch it, rewind the video to see it closer up. Now I'm only filling my loom up about halfway because that's all I needed to fit my wrist. So, you can do this as many times as you want, depending on your wrist size or whatever you're making this for. And now we're just going to transfer these bands onto the loom once more. So again, take that space and put it onto the first center peg. I know it's really hard to see. I didn't do this well the second time. And I'm just going to take those side ones and put them onto the second left peg and the second right peg. And then you're just going to take that remaining rubber band and put it onto the first center. I didn't realize it was out of frame, so if you guys just want to rewind the video, you can watch how to transfer these again if you didn't quite catch it the first time. It's pretty easy. You just take that same diamond pattern that you took off and put it back onto the bottom. So then it's going to look like this, and we're just going to start hooking the loom again. It's the same exact pattern. Again, you're going from the left to the right, and then center left, center right. And you're just going to make sure that you bring those rubber bands back to where they came from. Okay, so now we're going to just take these bands at the end. Oh, and of course you're going to pull off the sides before you do this. I didn't show that, but yeah. We're just going to take that second center peg. We're going to take all the bands off there. And I'm out of frame. Okay, you're going to pull those up to the first center peg and put them on there. And this is how we're going to cap off the bracelet. You're going to take the left side and pull it onto that center peg as well. And you're going to do the same to the right side as well. Push those down a bit. And there you go. So now you're going to want to grab another rubber band. Mine's black, so it matches my bracelet. Do whatever you want for yours. You're just going to stick your hook down under all those rubber bands. And you're going to take that single rubber band and you're going to pull it through those bands that are on the loom. And you're just going to want to stick your hook through those rubber bands and pull them off. And then you're just going to take the rest of your bracelet off the loom gently. And now you're just going to put a C-clip onto those two bands that were on your hook. And you're going to flip the bracelet around, and now you're going to stick your hook through all those rubber bands that are on the capping band. There should be 8, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, I didn't realize I was out of frame. So once you do that, you're just going to want to grab some scissors and cut off that capping band. And just pull that out, throw it away. You're just going to grab another rubber band and you're just going to pull it through all 8 of those rubber bands, like so. And just stick the other end onto your hook. And then you're just going to want to grab the C-clip from the other side and connect it to that side. And there you guys go. This is your completed basket weave. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know if it helped you guys out. Subscribe to my channel for more videos, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.